President Biden hosted the leaders of Australia, Japan, and India at his Delaware home for a Quadrilateral Summit, emphasizing the geopolitical challenges posed by China. The Quad, as it's commonly known, has evolved into a key mechanism for the US to address China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Together, these four democratic nations represent over 2 billion people and more than a third of global GDP. Under Biden's administration, the Quad has been elevated to a leaders-level forum, with the first summit hosted in 2021. Since then, the group has met 6 times, including 2 virtual summits. The Quad, initially formed after the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami and championed by Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in 2007, was revitalized in 2017 under President Trump. Initially, it focused on humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, and global challenges like COVID-19, climate change, emerging technologies, and education. However, in recent years, the Quad has shifted towards deeper strategic cooperation among the 4 nations. Despite this progress, the Quad still faces challenges in positioning itself as a viable alternative to China, particularly for smaller Indo-Pacific nations that receive Chinese assistance. While the group identified infrastructure development, debt management, and maritime domain awareness as key areas in 2022, its collective financial resources remain far behind China's Belt and Road Initiative. The Delaware Summit did little to bridge this gap. One notable Quad initiative is the Indo-Pacific Maritime Domain Awareness Program, which has helped over 24 countries track illegal fishing, monitor Chinese vessels, and respond to disasters by sharing commercially available data. At the summit, the Quad introduced a new regional maritime initiative for training in the Indo-Pacific to train partner nations in using this data for maritime security. Though the Quad is not a security alliance, military collaboration among the US, Japan, Australia, and India continues through bilateral and multilateral exercises like the Malabar exercise. Recently, the Quad announced the Quad at Sea Ship Observer mission set to launch in 2025, which will enhance Coast Guard interoperability across the Indo-Pacific. Additionally, the Quad Indo-Pacific Logistics Network and the Ports of the Future Partnership aim to improve logistics and infrastructure in the region. Despite its growing influence, the Quad has not yet reached the level of effectiveness the US envisions in countering China's assertive posture.